Ladies and gentlemen, it is once again a great pleasure and honour to be here with you as your patron. It's a position I was only too pleased to take up some years ago when Derek Williams very kindly offered it to me. I have to say I did give it some thought, because if you are in the public domain, you do get a lot of requests at times to do this, do that, can they use your name, can you do all of those kind of things, and sometimes it just builds up, and so you have to look at things now and again and think, well, can I do everything? And Derek convinced me that just by using my name, then that he felt would be of help a bit, and I hope that has happened, because I don't do anything. And that's why I'm still with you. I have to say this, and I know I risk embarrassing you, because there are many people that make any organisation work. But Derek himself, you know, he keeps me informed of everything that's going on. And what he does, he sends on a regular basis photographs. And I heard somebody earlier in the evening mention the word emotion, I think it was Julia. And I have to say this, there are soft occasions at my house, and it's usually my tears that are shown. And I find those photographs very, very emotional on occasions. I haven't asked him ever to stop sending to me, because I think when I look at that, and when you see some of the pictures that we've seen tonight, they really do almost eat into you. Because what we're all doing in our own way, we are actually helping people to do things, to live things, that otherwise they probably would have had no chance to do whatsoever. Even if it's only kicking the ball about. And you see some of the conditions, don't you, that they play in there. It reminds me of 1962 when I was a professional. You used to get off to a good start, and then they would say, yeah, but wait till the heavy pitches come. There are no such thing as heavy pitches now in our professional football. That's one of the massive changes of the game as well, as we've seen it go through. But I have, as I say, with being your patron, I do take that responsibility, and I think Derek would support me. I take that responsibility on a serious and a proper level as well. And you know, to be here again tonight, 5 years ago was the 10th, this is the 15th anniversary, and to be here 5 years later and see how everything has improved, everything has got bigger, everything has got better, it's fantastic. And every one of you in this particular room has to be given some form of credit for it, some more than others, we all know that, all of you more than me. But basically, what you are doing, or what we are doing here, is supporting one of the most worthwhile charities that I've seen. And when we do see these photographs, it means that we're reaching out to help. And you know, that's really what human beings should be about, to reach out to help. And even if you don't go over there and don't see them, what you are doing, you're helping. You're helping people. Can I start again saying we're helping people to be able to do things that otherwise I'm pretty certain they would not be able to do. So I think it's well worth a round of applause for all of you. So clap yourselves. I've watched Dan, this fantastic fellow with the football rather, doing all those marvellous and wonderful things. I used to do those when I was with Grimsby Town. I used to do that regularly when I was on the pitch, but I got dropped because the manager said I was keeping the ball to myself. Not at all. When I look at it to see what he's doing with that football, and they say the problem with English football is that we haven't got people who've got a good touch of the ball and a good feel. We can't control it. Dan, you're in my England side. That is it. The only problem I think that you would get, Dan, is when you were laid on your back with the ball on your nose. I think there's a chance you might get it kicked off, and it could take your nose with it as well. But it was fantastic, that, all the time. What I do want to do, and some of you will be aware that some time ago, not so very long ago, but it seems ages to me, I had to have a knee replacement, a new knee. probably because of all the football they played. I'm not really too certain about that, but that's what they say. And I have to say this, that probably people in this room have had it and suffered the pain. Basically, the situation really is that it's one of the most painful things, I have to say, that I've ever had. And I do say, as I've explained to people, they say you would never wish that pain on your enemy. I do. You get your knee out, that's what I say. So there is another side to me that some of you, not all of you, but some of you are not aware of. But what that has meant is that over a period of time, I'm still recovering from this operation. You saw me sort of look at those steps and think, how the hell do I get my knee up there? But I managed all right. But one of the things that it's done, and this is why I brought this bag up with me, and you're probably thinking, look, he's got just his things in there, he's going to have to go home tonight on his own, he's brought Rita with him, this really. And I'm bringing out a pair of studs, a pair of rubbers, left one, which probably hasn't been used because I was right. The left one there. The reason I'm bringing these out is that bloody knee, this new knee, my old knee was all right kicking the ball around. This actually new knee, which they implant. They saw out your old knee when you're asleep and you don't feel anything and knock it out. And they put all the new knee in and it's obviously got to connect up with everything. But in fact, what it actually means now, when I'm going to cry, is I've had to give a mothball. And these are my 2 pairs of boots that I'm going to have to give to KitAid. I did speak to Derek earlier about what I had brought when he was interested to see, you know, what was in the bag. I think he thought I brought my own dinner. I did say that I was going to give to him. And he did suggest that, not now, but that what we probably might do, or consider, or think about, is to auction one pair and then give the other pair to KitAid. And that's entirely up to Derek what he decides to do. But when I see Carol's names on the list, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's on the list of boots. Now, if Carol can put his boots up for auction, if I can't get bloody money, the last story I want to tell you about this, and I have to admit, they weren't the studs, they were the rubbers. I was wearing these rubbers when my grandson nutmegged me. He nutmegged me, which means he put the ball through my legs and then laughed at me. Those boots kicked him. I had nothing to do with it. He was only 7 at the time, but they kicked him. So they are worth a lot. So they are the boots that I kicked my grandson Jake with because he put the ball through my legs. And I kept them close to me ever since then, you know. But Jake has gone on. Jake has gone on himself. He's out tonight with his dad. He's gone into coaching. And he's one of the thousands of people who love football but will never be a professional footballer. And I've seen him come through his younger age, go. And the thing is that when you become a professional footballer, it is fantastic. It's very much like myself. I've never had a proper job in my life. I played football for a living. I've managed a football team for a living. And it's ridiculous when you think about it. When I say it's ridiculous, but it is the national game. And yet there's such a small percentage, people think there's such a small percentage of people that actually do make the grade as a professional footballer. It's an exceedingly small percentage if you look at everybody who's playing. But the game itself is the national game. And therefore on a Sunday when you go out, as I have done, and watch people playing football on the parks, these people are vital. grassroots football is where we all start. It doesn't matter whether you become a professional or not, we all start at grassroots football. So we need supporting. So those parents who have to take their kids, cost them the transport and everything, those referees that come out and referee those games, they're fantastic people for me. Because they keep the national game going. Because if it ever goes at grassroots level, it will eat its way upwards because there'll be nothing to come. David Beckham, where did he start? Grassroots football. Graham Taylor, where did he start? Bit bigger than Beckham, I suppose. Grassroots football, we all start there. So in that respect, I've been very, very fortunate. I've come to the end of my career in football, and this, I think, represents that, when there will be no football boots now in our garage, and I'll be very disappointed, but that's what it means. So, at the age of, and I will give it away, of 43, good foresight, but at the age, I give these away. My football career is now finally at an end, I would say, in terms of passing these on to KitAid. But I can think of no better charity than to pass these boots on to KitAid. And if Derek does decide that one pair is going to be auctioned, then in fact I will be only too happy for that to happen. And anybody that doesn't actually put in a bid, well, I won't speak to them. Thank you very much for listening to my